All right. With me is artist Lauren Bristol. She's going to be talking about her piece, Timeline. It's a very intricate piece. Can you tell us a little bit about it?
Sure, I'd love to. Well, I've been a fiber artist for 40-something years, and I've tried a lot of different techniques. And this came out of exploration about the quipu in Peru are a record-keeping sort of string situation that was discovered probably 100 years ago. And the quipu are clearly for recording crops and numerical things, and then they found some that they couldn't figure out any kind of number pattern with. So they began to investigate, and they're very convinced that now that they're storytelling and social record keeping. So I was really fascinated by that, and being a fiber artist, I love string things, and I decided that I would make something similar. So this is a timeline. This is of my life, and it's moving from early life through midlife towards the end of life. The way that I've made it is with kumihimo braids, which are made on a braid stand. There's a hole in the center, and thread is wound on bobbins, and they're moved around in patterns and weighted in the center so the braid forms down through the center. That's how I made these 4 braids. I lashed them together and added these loops, and then from there I had to make all these plies. So this all starts with thread, and I use a hand drill. So in Syracuse, I had to find a hand drill. So I finally found one, and I was able to attach my threads to a table, divide them into 2 groups, and use the hand drill going this direction with one group and set it aside in this direction with the second group, and then put them together and twist them back the other way. And that's what makes these plies. Now plying is how you make rope, and it's how all the original form of fiber art, because this is how you would start with grasses on your thigh, just rolling it like this. And then that's, from there you could do all kinds of fiber art, but without that strength from the plying, or from the rolling and the plying, was going nowhere. So each one of these plies, it has an S twist or a Z twist. It's going one way or the other on the twist. It has different colors. It's attached at the top with a lark's head knot, and it might be facing this way or that way. And then there are knots, and some of the knots are longer knots and some are shorter knots, which are like a square knot where you wrap through once and you would pull it tight. Well, if you wrap through again and again and again and again, the more times you wrap through, the longer the knot is if you carefully pull it. So these long knots are probably 8 or 10 wraps, and the short knots are 2 or 3. And they represent, the weight of different moments in life. They're more profound moments than others. So my view is that as we're young, this is a young part of the timeline because it's the earth colors, and I think of that as the earth, the fertility, and the fertility of not only the body but of the mind and the ideas that are blossoming when we're young. And then moving into the red, which would be the consummation time in life when you're bringing children into the world and raising them, and also bringing your ideas to fruition. And then moving into the white, where to me reminds me of bone, and moving into the crone stage of life, where you're disseminating your information that you've gathered through your life, and then passing and traveling this 4 directions, colors, back to the beginning and doing it all again. So I like the idea of reincarnation.